Hi there. 60 years ago today, October 15th, 1959, my mother gave birth to me. And I hope you get to see this, Mom, because I want to say thank you. Thank you for bringing me into this world. I never thought I'd see this day. Life has been very difficult for me in many ways. But God is so faithful. He's been so faithful to me. He's such a good, good God. And I wanted to share this with y'all today. It's just my way of saying thank you. It's just my way of trying to convey how amazing God really is. And I would like to share my testimony with you in poetic form. So here goes. It's called Every Part of My Heart. Where do I begin? At what point do I say that you came into my life? When you've been there for me always. Not a moment went by. No, not a moment that your heart wasn't crushed with the pain of rejection as I ignored your love for me in favor of my own ways and my own desires. Oh, how you stood by me. Oh, how you suffered long. Oh, how you patiently waited and painfully watched as I struggled and fought. But this did not move you. You had this way of looking deep down inside of me, right into the place that I tried to hide from all others. Oh, but not you, not you. You knew, you saw what was going on in the deep recesses of my very being. And you saw the mud and the grime and the jagged edges of rough-hewn surfaces of hardened clay. All a covering of only what you only could have seen on the inside of me, way deep down inside of me. So deep that I myself didn't even know that it was there. A chip of a precious jewel, a diamond, pure and priceless, so priceless in fact that you saw your life as worthy ransom in exchange for mine. You saw where I was headed, and you intervened. You actually took my place and allowed all of my dirt, my grime, my filth, my sin to be placed on your person. And you were the spotless one, the spotless lamb, and I, the queen of spots. You had nothing to gain and everything to lose, because you so freely gave without reserve, knowing that the possibility remained that I would not return your love. And I had nothing to lose and everything to gain by your sacrifice and what you did for me. Who could I have run to? To whom could I have bore my heart when you knew me oh so well? You were there when all of the parts of my heart were put together and filled with individuality and the gifts and the calling that your Father said would be mine. You saw my frame being formed in the depths of the earth, and it was there and then that all of my days were made known to you before one of them was yet to take shape. You were there when I made rivers of tears, years of pain and suffering, an endless void, no life, no hope, a canyon of emptiness in the middle of my heart. And as I grew, the canyon of hollowness also grew, wider, deeper, as nothing and no one could fill or satisfy. So in complete desperation, I called out to you, ready to give up if you were not to rescue me. And peace was there, unspeakable. It was as to remove every trace of fear, and the light blinding it was as to reveal, expose, and disintegrate all that its path fell upon, except my heart to remain seen, broken and fallen apart, humbled and even more consumed to the point of non-existence in the presence of such an awesome, holy God. And I've yet begun to tell my part of how you were there from the start. Years passed as I held a vision of you, but the rebellion of my childish years returned and set in. It was at this point, as I later learned, what you did for me, even though I was dead to you and so alive to me. And you still will not let go. You still will not give up, waiting for the day when I would return your love. This was on your mind when you died for me. It took a lot of bumps, bruises, and falls. And then the big crash for me to finally realize that you, Jesus, were all I needed, really needed at last. Now the years have come and gone, and I still stand in awe of who you are. I still marvel at your ways. Your word, God, has kept me, sustained me, protected me, defended me, lifted me, covered me, held me through trials, delivered me through the temptations, and made me every bit whole. You took my ashes and gave me beauty, and you gave me yourself because you are true beauty. You took my mourning and you placed your spirit in me, the seal of your love for me, and I overflow with joy as oil in a full cup. You removed the heaviness from me as I lifted up your name in the spirit of praise, for I am not ashamed to be called by your name. Your love overwhelmed me then, and it overwhelms me now. You were there for me. Your love has set me free. Oh, how could it ever be? How could it ever be for such a wretch like me? Now, God, all my love, all my life, all my mind, all my heart, all my strength, every remaining day that you give me, I return. I return it to you. To thee, O God, because it was your love that was first there for me.